What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys, and today I have a review of the Jakks Pacific Altered Beast, Werewolf, and WEREDRAGON. That's right, my zillions. I finally got my hands on these guys. I've been looking for them for a while. I talked about them on the Ultra Z News ages ago. Real ages ago on this one, and less ages ago on this one. However, this one finally came back into stock. However, I was never able to get them, obviously. This one came and went really fast. Same with this. Was never able to find them. They were Walmart exclusive. You guys know my deal with Walmart. I don't have one, and I don't get to one very often. So I'm, at the mercy of whatever's online, and I could never find them online. Finally, the WEREDRAGON came back into stock. And I ordered it immediately, but as I was doing so, I saw that a third-party seller had this one for I want to say $6-7 more, and I was just like, you know what, it's gonna get me free shipping actually at Walmart.com if I do pay that few dollars extra. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I did it, and here they are, based on the classic Sega Genesis game, which, man, back in the day, I didn't have Sega Genesis, but I always thought this game was awesome, whenever I did have a chance to play it, which wasn't that often, but I thought it was really cool. This is one of those games, this and Primal Rage, man, just cool things from back in the day, And this one had the coolest logo ever. I still think this logo is fantastic. Whoever did this, kudos to you, from a fellow logo guy, designer guy. But very cool. I'm very happy to finally get these guys. Honestly, they're so awesome. A couple of years back, few years back now, ultrazillatoys Jr. on Nintendo Switch. Played this game till it was worn out, or until he finished it, which he did, which was very cool. And it's interesting to me because I never really knew the story behind this game until he started playing it, and I think it's pretty cool. As a big Greek, mythology type of guy, I thought this was a very cool game, and it made it even, the characters even cooler. I mean, these characters are one and the same, right? They are two versions of the same main character, but we're gonna use them to fight each other because that's much cooler. So without further ado, let's get to the review. And here are the figures out of the package, and they're both really nice, and they both come with one accessory. We get a spirit ball with the werewolf. And it does have a peg hole here, but no stand. I thought it was going nuts. I was looking all around for it. So, this would be good if it was hovering, but it does not. Now, from what ultrazillatoys Jr. tells me, the spirit ball is kind of what transforms you. But I don't remember that at all. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's right because he's actually played the game recently, and I really haven't. Well, I did play a little bit. But yeah, it's alright. It's got swirly plastic, which actually I think works for a spirit ball, and then this red kind of energy thing going around it, which is actually pretty cool. So not bad. And then our WEREDRAGON comes with this really cool kind of lightning effect part. I forgot what they called it. Some sort of energy beam, which is nice. I do like this, and it just slips into his mouth really easy. And there you go. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic in my opinion. Very nicely done, looks good, functionally works really well, and yeah, I mean, I got no complaints there. This one works, and it works because, you know what, they didn't articulate the jaw, and for this, I think that works fine. You can move it, movable parts, but the other movable parts, the head moves, the neck moves. The head doesn't move great, but I mean, you can turn it and stuff. So, and then the neck moves, and then the body moves right there. You ain't getting too much out of it, but it does work. Then the wings go up and down. There is a hinge for it to come outwards, but these are like really soft, so you do have to kind of like put your finger on it as you move it to really get it to get into another position. But you can. It's just kind of annoying. You know, I don't know. I would be careful too not to like shred it. Then you got a butterfly joint on these figures, and that really surprised me. However, you know, for that butterfly joint to work, it needed to be cut a little bit further out. It works okay, and it's cool that it's there, but, you know, it just doesn't work super well. Then you got a hinge, swivel otherwise, swivel at the bicep. You have a double jointed elbow, which is great. And then the wrists are on hinges, but, you know, it's not the greatest. But they are there. Then the legs kind of go out about that much. They could kick forward, go back a little bit. You have a swivel at the thigh. You have a double jointed knee, which, you know, for this figure doesn't work super well. And then the cut for the ankle is a little high because, you know, it just kind of stands weird, you know. But yeah, you know, it works. It works. Then the tail, actually, you know, hinge there with a swivel, and then it moves, it swivels at another point. So, you know what? For what's roughly between a $10 and $15 figure, like when I first saw it, I think it was 10, but then like when I went back up again, it was $14.99. I had no problem paying that. You know, it's a little bit more than, you know, it got almost all the articulation you would want out of a figure like this. So for a smaller figure, yeah, that's pretty good. And the werewolf basically has all the same articulation. His mouth is a little softer, so you can go rah, rah, rah. And then the head moves again, but no like separate neck thing, you know, so it's just that. And then you do have that butterfly joint again, which I feel like works a little bit better here. So you could go further with the werewolf. Again, that's amazing that it's there. I mean, seriously. Hinge, swivel again, swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow. The wrists, I think, work a little bit better on the werewolf as well. Then the upper body again. I thought there was a separate joint here, but it's just glued in. But yeah, that works. It's freer, but, you know, back and forth doesn't work so well. Pretty much a full split, you know? Yeah, I would say so. Kicks forward, goes back, swivel at the thigh again. Then the double jointed knee, and then the foot, you know, has a rocker and everything. So, yeah, I mean, again, these figures are pretty articulated, I think, for, you know, the price point. So, I'm impressed. And honestly, I'm impressed with the way they look, too. I mean, the werewolf has, like, really nice proportions. I do like it. The sculpt is pretty decent. And then there's, like, a black wash on this guy as well. Kind of panel lined, you know, but hey, I appreciate that it's there on the upper body and the arms. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. I like the extra fur detail all the way down to the elbow here. I think that looks really cool. It's almost like a slashing thing. But yeah, that's good. He's got fist hands, which work, you know, for bludgeoning, like, you know, all kinds of other creatures. Zombies and whatnot. You know, yes, they fight zombies. The fur detail around the Krajiji section is fine. Also, you know, black washed. Got some nice musculature you can see there in the legs. A little extra fur detail spike back here. The nails are painted. A little extra black in there too. Nothing going on the bottom of the feet. The back here, you got the extra fur detail up here, which is kind of like a soft plastic, like kind of like the head. It's interesting, right? They made this whole part like a soft plastic that they glued on. But yeah, I think it's a good looking figure. And then the head sculpt I think is very nice. The eyes look really good. The nose. And I was fearing the eyes were going to be bad because I felt like I saw some that didn't look so hot. The ears are painted decently well. I think I got a little overspray up here. A little bit. But it's not so bad. The mouth looks decently good. Teeth look good. You know, the tongue and the upper mouth, gums. Again, the eyes look pretty good too, you know? So, yeah. I'd say this is a decent figure here overall, you know what I'm saying? Again, they're small figures, but this is good looking. This is a good looking. Yeah, I'm digging this werewolf. And then the WEREDRAGON, the head sculpt is really nice too. You got really nice details. The eyes are done in a reddish orange. The teeth are decent. The mouth looks okay. I like the detail here on the, you know, these gills like things, whatever they call us, fins on face fins, Fing Fang face fins. Definitely a Fing Fang Foom feel to this guy. Like the lighter green. The ear spikes look good. Ear spikes? The horns good in white. I like all of this detail. Pretty good. Then you got the lighter green paint in here. And a lot of nice detail as well. The arms look pretty good too. A lot of nice scaling. I like his claw hands. They are, and the nails are painted white. I mean, it's not like the greatest thing in the world, but it's fine. The wings are painted decently. Again, they got that white there. Good detail. Detail on the back looks pretty good. It's got little dorsal fins. They go all the way down to the tail. Tail is unpainted, but it's green. It works. And the sculpt is decent enough on it, right? I think so. And the legs look pretty decent too. I do see a little bit of that kind of like, you know, a little bit of wash on there. You see in the little spots. It's very like subtle, but it's in there. It's a little more subtle than the werewolf, but they did get it in. It's more like a gray. That looks pretty good. I like that. I like that. That's good. It's good attention there. Feet look pretty decent. You know, do you have it in the arms? So you do have it in the arms. I didn't really notice it before, but yeah. That is not bad, guys, at all. Got some nice like musculature in the chest and the abs. Again, a nice figure. Both of them are really, really good looking. You know, proportions are decent. I'm really digging these. So, like, you know, whether you want to get them to fight each other or, you know, because they're the same character, it doesn't matter. You know, I feel like you could use these in a bunch of different ways. You know, I like them, and they make for, like, natural enemies, in my opinion. So, that's pretty good. You know, you got your Godzilla versus legendary beast Wolfman, basically. And for those of you thinking about, you know, getting the werewolf, or have gotten the werewolf, to make a custom of the legendary beast Wolfman, just know it is a small figure, so it would only really work with some of the smaller lines, like the Super Kaiju or the Bandai action figures, you know, like, which I think works pretty decently. Like, I would, you know, like, say that's all right. Maybe the Super Kaiju just a little bit better, like, if you want them more in scale. But yeah, like a regular, like, Monster Arts, I think, although I think this is a good matchup here. You know what I'm saying? There's some good matchups to be had for sure. But yeah, Monster Arts, it's a little bit big. Maybe the 64, which I hate this. Oh my god, this figure. What a bummer. Anywho, the 64, I think, you know, is a little bit smaller. Though I think it's still a little bit big overall for those. Yeah, I can't really get to mine, unfortunately. And for more comparisons, here it is with the Mezco and the Mezco 5 points, as well as a couple of Revoltex. I think the Revoltex actually look pretty decent with them, which is cool. And my final thoughts, these are very nice figures. for the price point. And yes, I did pay a little bit more for the Werewolf, but you know, I ended up getting free shipping on them, so it works. You know, like, I think they're really, really cool figures. They're nicely articulated. They have a lot of detail. You know, they both come with an accessory. Really good. I mean, especially with the articulation with the butterfly joint. That's insane for what's like a $10 to $15 figure. Yeah, you don't get that usually. So, very nice. They're a little small, you know, so if you're looking to do other things with them, customs and whatnot. Again, this is a good base for a Legendary Beast Wolfman. You know, like, they just know that they are a little bit small, but they still look good, and I still think they can work, you know, depending on what figures you put them with. So, there you go. Not bad. Really, really good, honestly. So if you have a chance to pick these up, and try to get them, you know, at normal price, like, yeah, these are excellent. They definitely punch way above their price point for sure. And there you have it, guys. That is my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.